I'm here with Richard Schwinn of Waterford Cycles, and he's here to share with us a beautiful bike. But first, Richard, I've been riding 15 years, and I heard about you guys as the high end right from the very beginning, and from then you've been established even way before then. So tell us about your company.
Well, our company started 15 years ago, and we've had a long history going before that, because the factory in which we operated was built probably 12 years before that, and it was designed to build Schwinn Paramounts. And Schwinn had made Paramount their elite bicycle starting back in 1938. They built most of them in Chicago, and in the early 1980s they moved production up to our factory in Waterford. And we continued to build Paramounts in Waterford for a dozen years. And then when Schwinn Bicycle Company got sold in 1993, a group of us, Mark Muller and myself, had purchased the business because we felt that really probably the real jewel of Schwinn that was really left at the time was the Paramount and its legacy.
Right.
And we've continued to move forward with that. And there's a couple, we still have probably 3 or 4 people who are originals from that period. But 15 years is a long time.
Yeah.
We brought in some new energy, and although at this point I would say our average seniority is probably close to 10 years.
Wow.
So we've done a good job of retaining people, and that's allowed us to build a really good solid staff of people who really can, in fact we probably have 4 or 5 people who could build a bike from end to end.
Right.
And one of the differences between our company and a lot of the companies that you see here is that we work very hard to take a collaborative approach to building bikes. So all the bikes that we've ever shown at this show, although in some cases one individual may have done the bulk of the work, it was really a team effort where we had design working on things. We had probably half the factory.
Wow.
And this bike is no different. In fact, this bike has a very special history, at least from our standpoint, because of some of the unique help we've gotten on it.
Right. So the collaborative efforts, tell us how they've come together to produce this beautiful piece.
Well, one of the things that we wanted to do with this is we are doing an increasing number of carved lug, or what we call commissioned bicycles. And in many cases what you see here are people who are building bikes, and they're creating things for the show, and people will decide to buy them or not. In our case, what we do is we work with the client and ask what they want to communicate with their bike, and then build it from there. And so we've done enough hand-carved lug bikes through the years that we can offer a menu to start with, and then people can make their own choices, and that's exactly what happened here. The person who bought this bike is a person who actually owns a bike shop, and he's been very successful, really kind of a mainstream shop in Des Moines, Iowa. And he's gotten so enthusiastic about cycling in his area that he trained for and successfully completed Paris-Brest Paris last year.
Wow.
And he decided to reward himself with a randonneuring bike.
There you go.
Maybe he should have done that last year. Could have gotten a better time.
Chicken before the egg.
But you know what? He got to taste the egg. Now he wants the chicken.
No, it's the whole chicken.
Exactly. And a good one too. So what we did is we built a classic randonneuring bike with all the bells and whistles. In fact, a couple of special ones here. He wanted to have a compact pump, so we basically put water bottle mounts so that you could mount whatever pump you want.
Right.
And that works very easily. We have full wood fenders, and full wood fenders comes out of Portland, Oregon, and the fine folks at River City Bicycles. And these are beautiful laminated pieces, and worth an interview all by themselves. From a styling standpoint, the most distinctive thing is our head lug combination, and these are custom carved lugs. We created these lugs from scratch, and we used our engineering system to draw them out, lay them out, and it gives us an opportunity to refine the profiles before we actually start cutting metal. And this bike has some real special significance to us because we had the help of somebody who doesn't work at our company but who's been our close friend ever since we started back in '93 and going way back before that. And this gentleman's name is Don Mainland. And Don is a guy who started out as a Kirin racer in Japan after World War II and during the Korean War. And afterwards, he came back to the United States and for 7 years, from 52 to 59, held the cross-country ride record and was the fastest man from coast to coast.
Wow.
And after that time, he became a very successful industrialist in the Racine County area, which is, we're located about 25 miles southwest of Milwaukee. And he was very successful there, but he's always continued his love of cycling and rides several thousand miles a year, and he's well into his 70s now. And he's pretty much semi-retired from his business, but he said, you know, I really need to work with my hands. What am I going to do?
He got the itch, huh?
He got the itch. Now, the itch actually runs pretty deep, because back in the 1960s, when Schwinn needed someone to help them build extra Paramounts, they called on him, and he's built literally thousands of Schwinn Paramounts, which is our heritage. And he came back and we said, you know, why don't you help us carve these lugs? And so he actually did all the carving work, and you can see it's just really splendid stuff. And so this guy's, it's his first carved job, and really a remarkable piece. And you can see a great symmetry to it, delicacy to the lines, and he's really done a fantastic job. And so we're very appreciative of that. We like the use of stainless steel. It's a great material to work with, and this bike is going to get many thousands of happy miles on it. So
absolutely, I'm sure the proud owner will be very happy with it. So it's an integrated piece, you know, that follows the function that he needs to do with it.
Exactly, and we also have accommodations for lighting and other nice features on here. So
thank you for showing.